Good afternoon or late morning, solar YouTubers. It is roughly 10:41. Today is Saturday, November 15th of 2025. And this is what I'm doing right now. I got 101 watts coming in. So what I did was I changed how my VEVOR is operating right now. Here in the wintertime, I'm not getting a whole lot of sun hours, and I don't have enough solar on the roof to bring in what I need. So technically, this battery really doesn't get charged during the daytime. The grid or the VEVOR, it charges the batteries. So instead of going through that every single day, and that's literally 1,000 watts for about 4 hours in a row, and that's using more than what I do. So what I'm doing now is I'm back on the grid, but on the settings, I used to have it solar for the power to load. Okay, to power to load down here, it was first solar, then battery, then grid to run the load. What I got now is first solar, then the grid, and if these two are not available at nighttime, the grid goes down, then it goes to the battery. So the battery is always 100%. All right. Now to charge the battery, we don't have to worry about that, but first solar, then it's grid. So I went this route. Just the simple fact is, I just don't have enough solar coming in. I only got 400 watts of panel up there, and I need roughly 1,700 to coming in to charge these in 3 hours. Why 3 hours? Well, this time of year here in Indiana, I'm here on the Illinois state line. It's our sun hours is about 3 sun hours a day. So you take your total storage, it's 5160, 5,160 watts, and to get those, you can divide that by 3, and it comes out to roughly 1,700. It's a little bit more, but roughly 1,700. 1,700 would be fine to charge him up from 0 to 100. Okay, that's just charging up the batteries. Also, at the same time, the fridge is running. It's on and off. It's not continuous, but it runs probably about half an hour to 40 minutes out of the hour. So it's trying to charge up the batteries and run the load at the same time. I just do not have enough solar coming in. And to get what I need on that roof, it's about $2,500. And I just don't, that's just for the panels. I don't have, and then you got to have the money for, that's 6 panels at, what was that? So I had two quotes in my head. One was 400 watts solar. One was 2,400 watts. That was 6 400 watt panels, and that was about 1,800 or something. And then I got the 500 watt panels, 6 of them at 3,000 watts, and that was like 25. I don't quite remember the numbers, but it's over what I have. I filed bankruptcy here several months ago. I just had medical bills, and I used to have real estate back in the day, me and the ex-wife, and it went to crap pretty bad. Didn't know what I was doing. I had like 20 houses. I didn't know how to run it. And it all went to hell. And so they were now, after 20 years, trying to garnish my wages. So I decided to file bankruptcy and get that off my record. In the process, I applied for a credit card. I'm 52 years old and never had a credit card in my life. And I had a Menards card, maybe a Lowe's card, something like that, but not a credit card. And so I bought all of this on the credit card. It's about $1,000. Not really. The batteries were 577, and that's not including tax or anything. And the VEVOR was 258, not including tax. And then I bought the 3-year warranty for it. So I've almost got this paid off, but I still don't have enough money to buy the solar panels, so they're going to have to be in stages. And I'm not going to hook them up until I have all of them. And I also have to have the mounting brackets for them. And and then I got to find a way to, I can't physically mount the brackets to the roof. So I got to find some kind of a racking system where it's so-called mobile, where I can just put like sandbags or something heavy on it so it won't blow away. And so that's a project that's going to be pretty massive, money wise. So I just don't have that. I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have sponsors. I don't have people giving me money. I'm a real American who lives a real life. I don't have a high paying job. I, make enough money to pay my bills and have a little extra over. So this whole system has been 3 years in the making, pretty much. So this is my videos of real life Americans. I'm not saying these YouTubers on channel are not real life. I'm just saying that they haven't struggled like most of us are struggling. Yeah, they don't have the struggles that I have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just doing this piece by piece, year by year, and so far I got it where if the power goes out, I can run my fridge and run the fan. And then I got this 2,000 watt generator sitting right there. So if I have to charge up my batteries because I don't have no sun, then I got it. Today is a beautiful day. It's going to be up in the 70s today. And I'm not going to have a whole lot of sun. So, like I said, and then this is what the second string is doing. So it's charging up there pretty good, both batteries. Now, this string over here, I have 4 100 watt solar panels. It's from EcoWorthy. I've had no issues with them. And most of the time I only get about 30, 50 out of them. And there's been a couple times where I've gotten over 400 watts out of the panels. 400 is the max. But I've gotten 417, 415, stuff in that area. So they do produce. It has to be cold and get sun. This one here, I have a video I made last Friday, matter of fact, on my solar panels on the roof. So if you go back to that video, and I'll show you what I got up there. But this right here, this string here, I call this the second string. It is a 200 watt JJN bifacial panel. And so these solar panels that I'm going to get on my main string is going to be bifacial. Because this panel here, this one right here, it starts producing wattage earlier in the morning and then into later in the afternoon. In the afternoon, I do have obstacles. I have that big old tree sitting right there. That big old tree sitting right there. And so when the sun gets up to that area, then I'm done. So that's about 3:30 right now, about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 to 3:30, I'm done charging. But this one keeps on charging. And they're both, just go back to my video I did last Friday, and whatever that date is. But this does pretty good. So this will get charged up today, hopefully. Didn't make no breakfast this morning, so I had plenty. Yeah, I had breakfast, peanut butter. So that's my breakfast of champions. That's about it, guys. So here for the winter months, I'm just going to run the VEVOR as a more or less as a UPS. So solar is coming in first. So if we look at the screen, is it better that way? Yeah, maybe, yeah. So as you see, the solar is coming in and on the batteries, and then the that's the grid is going to the inverter there. That's powering the load. And if we come over here, and we see I got 88 watts coming in and 21 watts to run the load. So as of right now, I'm not using no grid, I'm not using no battery. So for right now, in case you hear the noise, that's my Clash of Clans. Yeah, I don't have a life. I don't have friends. I don't trust people. I have my family as my 2 daughters that I talk to them, but I don't, we really don't do anything together or nothing. They got their own lives. They got, you know, boyfriends and their jobs and stuff. So I don't expect anything from them. But I do talk to them on a regular basis. Both my parents have passed away. Me and my siblings we never got along. So I got nieces and nephews that I don't even know their names. I don't know nothing about them. That's how fragmented my family is. So I'm by myself. I have no responsibility. I have nothing. So if I decide not to clean my house, hey, I don't have to worry about it. And this is the way I like to live. It's real nice out here. It's like 60, 70 degrees right now. Probably the last day this is going to happen. I was going to get to jump on that Jeep, but I'm like, yeah, it's going to set for the winter. I'm not going to mess with it until after the winter time. I got my truck. I don't want to spend my last day of nice warm day working on a Jeep. I'm still kind of sore from the wreck. Yeah, I decided to rear end somebody a couple weeks ago. It'll be 3 weeks this coming Wednesday. It was raining on Wednesday, and I had enough room in front of me. I wasn't speeding, and if I was, about 5 over, 30, 35, somewhere in there. And the van in front, well, then the van in front of me was at a complete stop. I didn't see her stop. I keep saying her. I didn't see the van stop. I wasn't looking away. I wasn't on my phone. The van was just stopped. When I realized the van was just stopped. So I locked it up, but there's nothing I can do. And I smashed up the whole front end. But I do got the fenders here. So both fenders on both sides I got. On that I got the bumper, the grill, and the front header, or the front clip they call it. And then the cross member for the lower cross member for the radiator is all bashed up. And then the frame on the passenger side is kind of bent. There where the bumper mounts to the frame. So I gotta get that worked out. But yeah, really fair in Indiana, we have no inspection, so I don't care about driving that with a bent frame. It's just a beater with the heater now. I'm not going to try to fix it up. And then I got to mess with the seat. Somehow the seat came free. Oh, that's another video. But this is this one here. So everything's running great. Just to kind of recap, because I did talk about a lot of stuff. I'm running off the grid. Solar first, then the grid. Batteries are not being used unless power goes out and I have no solar or not enough solar. So that's the late morning, early afternoon update.